that's drunk as a skunk.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending.
All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
All rise. Once again, another Monday, another week of We Got a Case. This is Zoom Courts live from across the great United States of America, brought to you right on your tiny screens via Zoom. We will try and cover as many places and cases as we can today. I'm flying solo, so please be patient with me. Do not come in with an attitude. Here's a warning. Read it at your leisure. Good to see everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. I'll be doing a lot of stuff by myself until Creed is back home. He may pop in and out. We don't know. But either way, it's going to be a good time. And let's go ahead and get into it. I believe this is a case of a lady that's had her dog cremated and is not very happy.
Surgery. I don't know what all pieces are involved. And again, I found some. I found none in other cases. It's kind of a gamble. But as far as what was returned with Zoe, it has been quite a bit of time at this point, and I cannot recall off the top of my head what was returned with Zoe.
Good to see Eric, our guy, Flusha.
Did you receive some pieces back?
Yes, I received 2 pieces back, and on the back of one of the sheets, you have a photocopy of the 2 pieces that were
Angela.
returned. I will hold up to the screen the 2 pieces.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
I think
talking
she's
about.
calling in. By the way,
Okay.
The one piece
I think
that
she's
I was
calling into
given
question if this is
a
her dog.
screw. It is a Phillips head screw. It is not made of titanium. Where it came from, I have no idea. But I have an x-ray here because I called Dr. Meadows and I asked
Do
him
your best, Nancy.
if he used a regular Phillips screw inside Zoe, and he said
Well,
no.
you can't tell me what he told, unfortunately.
Well, I have a x-ray here of Zoe. I can show you.
Gigi?
I don't know how to get a copy or
Well, do you have,
anything.
but
But-
ma'am, I can't, unless you've got an x-ray, it's gonna tell me that's Zoe's x-ray.
Can we have a Zoe expert
Oh,
please
this
come
is
in right
Zoe's
now?
x-ray. I can show you on here where it's got Zoe in the name.
Ma'am, again, you're not an radiologist or anything, are you?
Well, no, but I can show you that this pin
You can't,
matches up.
ma'am, you can't, nope, I can't have you piecing that together for me.
But they
This-
are
this
supposed to
judge ain't
keep
taking
a
no
detailed
shit from
record
nobody.
of the cremation and any items that were found. They
Ma'am,
say that they're a member.
I know, but do you have an expert that's gonna tell me that those aren't the pieces? Do you have somebody with you that's gonna tell me that?
Look
No,
all you
sir,
want, Jen Jen.
Unfortunately, I don't have that.
Okay.
Your Honor, as a professional person working for a not only a cremation center but also a pet burial facility where we have
Wow.
a cemetery here. I see animals, pets cremains often, daily basis, often with surgical implements in them.
You're
And
not, no, but I'm not gonna let you do it either, okay? We're just gonna leave
Wasn't
it
that a
alone,
lot of fun?
okay?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
The
like
cremation
morphine
numbers
in the
don't
front.
match up
Like
with Zoe. This is what's on her container.
Well, that we can talk about. What is that?
petrest.com.
Creation. Mr. Whalen, does that look familiar?
Yes, it is. It is familiar. And it is a mistake on my end. I will clearly admit that. I put 2021 because that was the year that we were in instead of 2020, which was 2020, which was when the first call sheet was generated when she did her premium.
Shanta, what's going on?
And the same error was made on Skeeter, but he was a different number and you said we couldn't
Oh,
discuss Skeeter.
Okay, nope, Skeeter's can't do Skeeter right now. And so, Mr. Whalen, you're telling me that that was an error on your part?
That was an error on my behalf, yes.
Okay,
The handwritten,
Should be.
it's,
Will I? No.
if I take this sheet, again, this is our body tag essentially.
yep.
Right, and it has on here 2020004, and in fact, there are, this was the year
I
prior.
think she's
when
at
the
home
pre-need
doing that
was
too. Yeah. It's
Started
weird.
when it was
Okay.
paid for. And then in 2021, which is
Yeah.
when I'm
You guys
doing
like,
the
yeah.
cremation,
Titanium. Yeah.
I put, because it's 2021, and it wasn't 2020 anymore. I'm doing 600 to 700 cremations a year, generally all labeled 2021 as a starting date, 2022.
Do a lot of
et
people get
cetera,
their pets
and that was
cremated?
my mistake.
Okay, and this is clear this is beginning. Oh, let's see, when was cremation?
Around here, you
was?
just dig a hole and throw them in it. I mean, not being disrespectful. Oh my gosh.
November. of
I am
20
so sorry to
okay,
hear
let's
that,
see.
Nancy.
Okay, all right.
Pet cremation must be a big
All right.
business.
All right.
Terminate off.
I'll take that into consideration, both sides, credibility with.
And in her
Let's
ad,
see.
she says you're going to get a certificate suitable for framing with a raised seal and signature. I got a sticker, not a raised seal. There is no signature.
That is a sticker.
And he just admitted having the incorrect
That's supposed to be suitable for framing. It's a piece of paper with a sticker on it. I mean, what do you expect, man? There's nothing about your dog died. I mean, what do they expect, emblazoned on a piece of wood?
certificate number on there, so the
That
certificate
is
number
correct.
doesn't match up. And the printing, the Zoe is off center.
No.
The certified is not centered properly. My name
Look at
is
this
not
guy. He's like-
centered properly, but she says that you're going to get a raised seal certificate and I got a sticker. And there is no information on here about was Zoe a dog? How much
When
did
did
she
you-
weigh?
When did you get the certificate, ma'am?
The same day as I picked her up for picked up her remains, 11/11/2021.
Okay, 11/11/21. Did you
How much did she
complain
pay
about
for
the
this whole thing?
certificate then?
I didn't look at the certificate that time because I was taken aback by being charged for $30 for transportation that I had had no notice and no prior warning to. And like I said, on their
Fire
advertising,
captain. Good to see you.
they say
At some
that
point, did you complain and say, listen, you want a raised letter certificate?
I never got a chance to get that far with Sharon. We never got past the transportation. And I didn't notice this until some days later.
I see.
Nancy
was
in
in
Tampa.
shock with
Hopefully things are great in Tampa.
the extra charges.
You're over on Facebook like
Nobody
Nancy.
told
Share it
me
out.
ever about
Like
any
it.
extra charges and
We
to
need
be
it.
told
Lots of love.
when you're
Let's get it
going to
done.
pick up your pet that you're going to need an extra $30 or you can't have your pet, which is what I was told, is to me a little unconscionable
You're doing
and
pretty
not
well.
good business practices. Because it wasn't until 11/11.
You know what?
2021
That is
that I was
true.
told there was going to be a $30 fee, and nobody
That's
told me on
true.
Monday when she passed.
Okay, we're kind of, I will make a decision on that.
See, that's
$30
why I
fee.
need
Right
you
now,
here,
we're just
geek.
on your certificate. We're, let's see. Ms. Keeler, is there somewhere here that
Yes.
says that she should be getting a raised certificate?
That is a raised seal. It is how we designate
Gotta
on
watch your
all
step.
of our certificates. The design changes periodically. When we had our 40th anniversary year, it said 40th
It really is,
anniversary.
Nancy. It's a piece of paper. Is she planning on
And
like
that would be
displaying it in
exactly the same
Zoe
type of
Museum or
certificate that
something?
she would have received for Skeeter back in 2009. We've been using that format for.
We can't use Skeeter, but I do
Very
have his
cool.
certificate to show that is not true. I did not get the raised seal or even a sticker on Skeeters.
Well, then if you didn't get the same sticker, why didn't you complain about that way
first
back
time.
10 years ago?
And why did you
I
bring them
didn't
back if you didn't
even
like what they
notice
did?
that. I was so, it's a grief thing. I wasn't. That was more important about the pet, but also I wanted what I got paid for, and I on her flyer,
Hmm.
it says right there that it will be a raised seal.
It is
And I
a seal.
expected
It is a
something-
Hallelujah,
I
right?
It is a
expected
raised
like
seal.
something what the court uses,
Stars
not a
are
sticker.
alive.
It is not a notary. It
Oh,
is
they're
not
about
a
to fight.
notary. It is a raised seal.
It's a sticker.
Ma'am, it was,
Yeah. What does she
We are
want?
not notaries. It is not a notarized certificate. That is never been said on any of our information. It
Is
is
there
not
any
a
way the judge
notarized
isn't going to
certificate.
side for
No, it's a
the
raised
cremation
seal, not a
place?
sticker.
ma'am, I'm still having a hard time understanding why you didn't complain about that right when you got it though. I understand the emotional issues you're going through.
Hola.
Okay, what else is there?
Hang in there, Scott. Good to see you.
Um,
Hot in Tampa. That's what I'm talking
I wasn't
about.
able to go
Soft
from
swinging.
back to front with what I had, but she is supposed to be by the International Cemetery Funeral Association, supposed to allow the purchaser to retain a copy of the price list for transportation and other such services that are provided. And I did not. Was Zoe done by herself or was she cremated with others? I guess is one question I might have.
So Zoe was a special friends individual cremation where they are placed individually in the crematory, but she did have company during that particular process. Our hearth is rather large. So there were other pets in there with her, all completely separated. So the ashes that you got back are only her and all of her ashes.
Okay, because, Your Honor, if we go to,
Yeah,
and give me
why
just one
not?
moment to pull this out.
Afternoon.
She says she's a member of the PLPA, and when we go to their definitions of standards, which you have a copy of, Your Honor,
I read it, yes.
it says,
She doesn't like that damn sticker.
commingling can be minimized with effective partitioning, but it is impossible to assert that it can be eliminated entirely. And in her ad, she asserts that you will get all and only your pet back. And if you are doing a cremation with more than one pet, like she just testified to, you cannot say that they are not being commingled.
Where Mr. Whalen, is he still there?
Yes, sir.
Co-mingled.
Sir,
Jen, how are you?
Did the cremation, how do you keep them separate? Yeah, I understand there's maybe more than one pet. I do, but
Correct.
how do
Yes,
you?
depending on the type, but we have an option, which is a private cremation also, where your pet is the only pet in the crematory.
There you go.
This is an additional cost.
Mary's got it.
But we do have that option for anyone to choose. As an individual cremation, we do have stainless steel trays, as I mentioned previously, that with small pets, I place small pets in stainless steel trays. And that way they have a 3-inch lip on the side all the way around. Only that pet's remains are left in the pan. Okay, when it comes down to larger pets, just for reference, we have fire bricks, and I use fire bricks to divide the hearth of the crematory into sections to make sure that
Can
that
somebody
pet
please write that
is
down? Jay
only
would like to be
going
thrown
to
in the
remain
garbage.
in that section.
Anyone here taking notes today?
But when, if I look at the cremation authorization, it says private cremation with oak paw print urn, that says no.
Mhm.
Individual cremation with cremains container.
Correct.
Individual
For
cremation with
reminding
cremains
everyone.
container, paw print, TIN,
Tin urn. Yeah, that's the tin urn. That is our complimentary urn with our cremation packages that are individual cremation packages.
You think she's
Our
hiding her
individual
identity
cremations
under that
are,
mask? So
Again, where they
nobody
are accompanied
recognizes
by
her?
other pets inside the crematory.
And is that, at the top of the authorization, it says gardens to provide the following services, special friends. Is that what you're describing?
Yes, that is our nomenclature for
Hey,
basically our
yeah.
our basic individual pet package, yes.
Okay. Qualic,
I don't think
with
so.
regard to that, I don't see anything different than what.
Nothing like that's been done. She's
Well, if
just
you would look at
bitching
the
about
second
everything.
page of the PLPA definitions of standards, and if we go to the 1, 2, 3rd paragraph.
What
It
are
says
you reading off of though?
It's a PLPA, definitions of standards for the cremation and accompanying.
What I'm looking, ma'am, what we're gonna stick to is your contract, what you agreed to. That's what we're sticking to.
Correct, and when you look at the membership.
So
that
tell,
they-
okay, tell me how that's
She's just
outside of the
wasting
special
everybody's
friends
time.
agreement that you agreed to.
Special friends.
Well, I also, I'm not sure, I don't understand that question, please.
Well, you agreed on your cremation authorization that it was gonna be a special friends cremation.
Individual cremation,
Mhm.
correct.
Defining that though, it's defined, and I read the language and you could have several cremations at the same time, but what they're doing is separating them out so that they're sure that whatever remains are in that cremation are the cremains are your pet. And what Mr. Whalen is telling me sounds like it fits what you agreed to.
Okay, but what I'm trying to have you understand is that the industry has
Ma'am, I don't care
recognized.
what right now, it's not what the industry, it's what you agreed to.
Uh-oh.
Your contract says it's a special
Sarge.
friends cremation.
Correct.
And what's been defined to me, Mr. Whalen, am I reading that correctly? Is that what it is?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you are reading that absolutely correct.
And if the company,
Good plan,
Go ahead.
Dub.
apologies.
Ms. Quag, anything else?
Well, it says if a company is using the word
but-
private or individual in the definition or description of the cremation, that the process is expected to be performed the same as a private. The cremation is what their part of the membership has them agreeing to as
Yours
being a
is-
member. They
Yours is
agree to this.
designated as special friends. It says
Well,
right on
happy
there,
birthday,
special friends.
grandbaby.
Correct, but they're a member. I don't know how to explain. I guess I'm having a trouble explaining that they're a member of the PLPA and they're supposed to follow the membership, the guidelines.
And
and
I'm
rules.
gonna follow what your contract says.
Okay, sir.
I mean,
I-
it's just unfortunate, I'm gonna follow exactly what you agreed to. Okay,
Okay, I guess I'm at a loss as to how to go on from that then.
As
sir.
am I.
Okay.
They can have whatever
But,
they want. Won't be much left, but they can have whatever they want.
go to your other, we gotta breach it, okay. We talked about that. Emotional duress, I can't do. Where you've got you're claiming, I guess negligence is the last final thing that we haven't addressed. What was negligent? What did they do that was negligent?
I have 2 screws back and only one should have been there, but we have said that I can't
You
introduce
gotta
that
have a,
because I
yeah.
don't have the professional.
You're not an expert. You're not an
Um,
expert.
They have in their advertising said that they are members of 3 different
So nothing
associations.
is
And
what you
when
got.
you have somebody that's a member of an association, you would expect them to follow the guidelines and rules of an association that they're part of. That's why they would, want to be a member of association, and they are not following those, but you're sticking to just an agreement, not anything else. So I don't know how to incorporate that they're not following what the membership that they have is supposed to be offering their clients. So I guess I don't know how to further expand on that. And like in her ad, I was supposed to get a paw print and I did not receive a paw print. I was supposed to receive a signed certificate. It's not signed with a raised seal, and apparently
It had
a raised
everything in it.
seal and a sticker are the same thing, even though I don't feel that a raised seal and a sticker are quite the same or equal. And on her brochure, it says on-call services provided transportation from your home or veterinary clinic, including weekends, evenings, and holidays. There's nothing about pricing there. On her
She filibustering,
website.
guys.
there is nothing about the extra holiday pricing. It just says prices are quoted by distance only. And there's nothing about holidays or weekends on that. And Zoe did not die on a holiday or weekend. I tried to contact them. They were, or the Riverside tried to contact them. And I was there for 35 minutes, and they weren't able to contact her. And they looked at my receipt and they said that they are an affiliate of Keylor, and that the transportation is generally included from their facility to the cremate or to Keylor rest centers. And in her online
she's got
thing,
some
it says that
screws
you
loose,
can
all
make
right.
arrangements through the vet. So I would think that the vet would be able to say whether it's included or not. And nobody asked me for any money. And nobody asked me for anything on Monday, Tuesday, or
She was
Wednesday. It
beautifully
wasn't
green.
until Thursday that I picked her up that I had any notification of transportation charges.
Okay. I do have one concern for Pet Rest Gardens. It says, Miss Clark, that you said you did not receive any paw print.
No, I did not, sir.
Oh, here we come. Here
Okay,
we come. Here we go.
She's on the cremation authorization. It says individual cremation with cremains container / I'm not sure what this is. Paw print tin.
No.
Okay, good.
What is-
Just a minute,
what
we're gonna show you what a paw print tin looks like. I believe that the paw print that she might be referring to is one of our Rainbow Bridge certificate paw prints like this. And
Okay.
yes, she would have gotten one of those.
I did not. It was
We
not
get
in the
one on
packet.
all the pets. She would have gotten one of those. They are individually done at the time of.
But everybody
cremation,
wants TK money.
I have
Not
no
rubber
They
stamped.
want money.
And this is
Yep.
a
That's
paw,
sweet
this is a
money.
paw print tin.
Okay.
So this happens
Oh,
to
I
be one
see.
of,
It's just
this
a-
is one of my
gotcha.
pets. So
It's just-
the top
yeah.
is taped here and inside is a cremains bag with the cremated remains inside. And then
Okay.
again, our labeling
needs
on the
it.
bottom.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with a paw print other than.
It does
what
not,
the-
but she would have gotten
design on
an
it.
inked Rainbow Bridge paw print.
and then-
That's
Somebody
what
come
I'm
get their
trying
mom
to
off
say is I
TV.
did not receive the Rainbow Bridge paw print that I was supposed to.
What
Did
did
you?
Okay, I got,
You did, because
I got-
otherwise you would have,
Somebody would have said.
somebody would have said, where's Zoe's paw print?
True.
no, that's,
Perfect
I
example.
do have one, Miss Clark, one
I don't know where else they would have.
print. It says Rainbow Bridge print. But you've got it.
She must
I
have. She's
have
got.
this from my Skeeter dog, but I don't have one from Zoe. And that's what I was trying to say is I don't have one from Zoe.
Okay.
Gracious, this
She's
lady.
got one in here it's got marked on. How do we?
Yeah, just send her a paw print on something. She won't know who it belongs to.
Yeah, she's got this one's from
It's definitely
Skeeter.
not his
She's
foot.
got one that's in there as Skeeter. When?
Your Honor, I can honestly say that when we are compiling cremains, what they are supposed to go home with, what products are being returned, what products have been purchased. If there had not been an inked paw print with that pet's cremains to be placed in a bag to be sent out the door, I can tell you that my employees would be looking for it. They would be given a heads up and trying to figure out where that paw print is. Because the only pets that do not have a paw print going out of this office are those whose bodies are so severely decomposed, or they are a dangerous contagion pathogen like parvovirus, rabies, or hepatitis. We do
Roberta
not
Ruth,
handle
thank you
those
so
paws.
much
Everything
for
else
becoming
gets
a
paw
member,
print,
one
and
our
I can
newest
tell you
member
that beyond a shadow of a
over
doubt.
here in the family.
I am
Everybody,
sorry that
please
she has
welcome
lost her paw print,
Roberta.
but I can tell you
Ruth.
that all pets get paw prints here.
When would she have received that?
She
The
would
paw
have
print?
received that at the same time she picked the cremains up. There would have been the certificate of cremation, the cremains container, and the paw print. And what we do is we
She
have
has
those
to, Nate.
shown to her
Really? I mean,
and
I'm
placed
right with
back
you.
in the bag.
Okay. Ms. Qualley, when you picked up the remains, what did you get?
I got this, the urn.
Yeah.
I got the uh, little bag with
Yeah.
the extra things in it. And I got this
Go
receipt.
on.
Okay. What, why didn't you ask, if you
Certificate.
didn't receive the paw print, did you ask for it at that time?
When I walked into the office, the gentleman came out, asked if I was Julie. I said, yes. The gentleman walked over to a small bookshelf, which I believe had maybe 3 shelves on it. There was a line of bags. He picked up the first one and said, here is Zoe, but first we're going to need to settle up the bill, or, you know, we're gonna need to talk about transportation. And he said that I owed him $30. I tried explaining to him that I didn't, that this was covered, and he said Sharon owed you, you know, said that you owed $30. And I tried to sit there and talk to him about
Welcome,
that.
Willie. You're
I
like Willie
asked
over
if
there
Sharon was
on
available
Facebook.
to discuss this. He said that she was
Please
busy
share my life.
and that wouldn't be able, you know, she was busy. I said, okay, well, I've already paid for the $30 that was coming from the vet. He kept on repeating that, no, Sharon says you owe $30. And then he asked me if I wanted my pet, and I said, yes. He said, well, you're gonna have to pay $30 first. I
Creed's
felt like
still
I
on
was being
vacation.
extorted, because like I said, in the year and 10 months that we've had this contract, nobody told me that I was gonna owe for transportation. On Monday, when Riverside contacted her, Sharon and no
Yeah.
one from her place called me to tell me that transportation had not been paid for. Tuesday, nobody called me to tell me
Thank you.
transportation was
Thank you,
gonna be
thank you.
owing, or if they even had Zoe. It wasn't until Wednesday when I got concerned to call in to find out what was going on, that and then even, and Wednesday they didn't tell me I was gonna be owing $30.
What a
The
great
person that answered
idea.
the phone that told me about, you know, when I could come in to pick her up, never said, well, there's an outstanding $30 charge. It wasn't until I walked in the door and it was picking her up that I was told I was gonna need an
Pro
extra
move, Nancy.
$30. I was given no price list or anything. They told me that Riverside was affiliated with them, and if I had her transported from Riverside, there would be no transportation fee.
It's not true.
Jennifer, if you're talking about
Julie,
joining,
um,
become a
Do
member of the
you
channel,
remember
yeah,
our
absolutely.
conversation
You hit the join
when
button.
we talked about the transportation charge? And you're owing that when you are picking your cremains up, and you said point blank, if you would have known there was going to be a charge, or you said you would have gone, if we would have told you, you would have gone
Fine,
back to
Jeanette.
the veterinarian and picked up Zoe's body and brought her here, if we would have said that at the time we were going to pick up her body.
Yes, I would have went,
And
I would have went
I,
back to Riverside and picked Zoe up and brought her to you to save the $30. I had wanted to originally bring her to you on my way home after her euthanization, but the vet who you're affiliated with assured me
we are
that
not affiliated with Riverside.
that's what
They
she
are
said.
our personal veterinarian for our personal pet and our
All I
kennel
know is what you
veterinarian.
have listed in your documentation online, vets can be making the arrangements for you.
You know it's bad if
have
our
the
guy's
vet
offering to
to
give her
make
money.
the arrangements too. And so with the vet telling me that that's included, and
It was really
like I
good.
said,
Had a good
never
time.
having any
A lot
other
of fun.
notice that
Very
transportation
relaxing.
was not owing until I was in the office to pick her up.
We-
You never
you
told me
did-
about
you-
that.
No, ma'am, you did know about the transportation.
No, I
charge.
did not,
Okay,
Sharon,
let's
and
not-
you were not
let's-
in the office when Faye and I were talking, so you can't say that, and it's not listed, if it's not documented, it didn't happen, and nowhere on your first call sheet does it say that Faye and I discussed transportation.
All right, we're for everybody's sake, I'm
Doing
past
good,
the
Chris. Doing good.
transportation thing.
I
I'm gonna
know,
make a
and-
decision. But I am still, ma'am, Ms. Claude, if you didn't receive that paw print, why didn't you argue about that at
I
that
hear a
time?
dog
That's
very
what I'm
pissed off in the
concerned with.
background. Is that Zoe?
I didn't see that until
The
2
ghost
days
of
later,
Zoe.
and then we talked on the 15th.
Did you write them a letter or tell them something and say, hey, listen,
Yeah,
where's my
no,
paw
she-
print?
No,
Hold
I
on,
did not.
Ms. Keeler, hold on. Did you do anything
No,
like that?
I did not. When I walked in, I was
Murder.
shocked by the $30. I got my pet. I was supposed to have had a wake for her that day. I am on a limited income. I was not able to take my girlfriend out for her birthday and Zoe's wake because I had to pay an additional 30 charges I had no notice of. Had I had notice of that, I could have planned for it. It was
Alright.
sprung on me. I did not, when I
Did you-
went home,
I'm sorry, you just, okay,
Eric.
we're kind of. I'll make
when
a
I went
decision
home
here.
that day, I just cried. I didn't look at anything. And I didn't look until a couple of days later to see that the paw print wasn't there. And then
Okay.
when I talked to Sharon on the 15th, and we could not even come together on the transportation, I knew I was coming to court. And so I figured I would just take it up here and now instead of trying to have harassment charges or anything like that, and just take it up at the one time instead of continually going back.
Okay. Ms. Keeler, did you, just for my sake, did you receive any complaints from Ms. Korlak that she didn't receive the paw print?
Come on,
No,
man.
no, she never mentioned that on the 15th because I would have immediately gone looking for it. I would have talked to
Who knew
the,
you could have a
our
wake for
staff
a
member
dog?
that sent the cremains home. And like I said, normally what they do is they go through and say, here's your certificate. Is this reading correctly? Is the pet's name and your name all spelled correctly? Because those are things that we can change right now on the computer. So we would have gone through all those items.
Okay.
None of my staff here is new in doing that. So they are all very seasoned.
Okay.
I was having this dog's ashes
And
launched into
I guess
space,
the
Your
only
Honor.
other, I guess, Ms. Korlak, did you pay that $30?
Yes, I did, sir, and I didn't get a separate
Why would you-
transportation quote. I should have gotten a transportation quote that was itemized.
Why
And
would you,
there-
hold on. Why would you pay, if you're complaining that you didn't owe it, why would you pay it?
I wanted my animal. I could not have my animal. If I did not pay the
There
$30,
you go.
they were going to keep my pet.
Pro
And
tip.
I didn't know what was going to happen. I wanted my pet.
Ms. Keeler, would, if she didn't
What
pay
was gonna
that, you weren't gonna
happen?
give her cremains?
I did not deal with or send that particular pet out the door. I do feel very bad for Julie. I know how it feels to lose part of your family. You know, we all have here. Would I have specifically said, I'm sorry, but you cannot take your pet home? But my staff is trained very well that if something is written on there, they do not have the authority to do something out of our normal procedures.
Okay, so
You
what
either
you're telling
pay
me
or
though
you
is
don't get the
if she
cat, lady.
still the $30, you weren't gonna let her remains go.
Or dog,
I
whatever.
can't
it
really
is.
say that for certain.
I don't know what
It is just my staff would not have let the remains go out the door. That is.
She was
Without
there
that,
that
well,
day.
it's-
I
hold on,
can-
hold on, Ms. Korlak,
I-
hold on.
I
Ms.
can
Keeler,
tell
so what
you
What
that
you're just telling me though is that she wouldn't have been able to get her cremains unless that was paid.
she would probably not have been able to pick her
Okay.
cremains up if that was not paid. It is unfortunate in a
Now, that
service
one's-
business.
And that one's not sitting very well with me, quite frankly.
I know, Your Honor, and I'm sorry, but we
Flush is on
have
fire today, by the way.
cremations that we have done in good
Batting
faith
1,000 so
before we
far.
started getting prepayment for doing them. And they are still sitting in my little cupboard called heaven, unpaid.
Yeah,
And we can't go back
Zoe had a
there.
lot of celebrity friends.
I'm never
that
gonna
wanted to
take a
make it
pet's
to the
body
wake.
and return it to them because they can't pay. And we do the best that we can during
So
the
why-
entire
okay,
pandemic.
so why, hold on then, so why would you take a body, a pet's body in, cremate it, not being paid?
We,
If that's your stance,
right, we currently do not do that because we can't. I can't operate and pay my operating expenses and my employees by doing that.
That's extortion.
So-
She had the $120 that covers
Ms.
the
Korlak,
cremate.
hold on. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Julie. I do feel very bad. I just know that there are a lot of circumstances that, again, my staff is not authorized to deal with. So
You were there that day. Why didn't you come and talk to me? I was in the office asking for you, and you were there that day, and you knew I was upset, and you let me leave.
She was
up front
hiding in the
and
back. She's like,
talk to me.
shit.
I couldn't
Julie's
even
here.
made arrangements for me.
if I was here that day, then if they said I was busy, it means I was not available to come out and talk to you right then. I did call you. I did call you immediately
Only
afterwards, and you
after I
returned
got
my
on the
call.
internet. You did not call me until after someone notified you of my complaint on the internet. Otherwise, you would have never have talked to me.
Okay,
No,
hold on,
ma'am.
hold on.
I
I'm
called
ready
you
to make,
before.
hold on, for everybody's sake, I'm ready to make
I'm
decisions.
so sorry.
Here's what, given all the testimony, all the evidence I've heard, there is some confusion with regard to the contract between the parties. And I do find, based upon the confusion, it's up to the drafter of that contract. In that, when I'm talking about the contract, I'm talking about all these extra
No, she
sheets,
knows
the extra.
You're right,
what is it
Cindy.
called?
Tears of a clown.
Well, actually, it's just the invoice, I guess. The invoices are confusing in the sense they got different dates, they've got different things that are handwritten in, different things that are not typed in. Quite frankly, Ms. Koalik should have a right to have consistency in what she was getting each time the invoice came in.
You did.
The last invoice did not show up with the typed in pickup, $30. I've got a handwritten note that says $30 on it that she's provided me. I believe
think
what
this
she
is in
said, she
Michigan.
got one that had, it was blank at one point. I also find, based upon the totality of the testimony, she, with the understanding she was coming to pick up her remains of her pet, that at that point, somebody was gonna hold the remains instead of just letting her have
Nancy.
the remains, and saying that she owed
Now you're
money
talking.
based upon the confusion of that contract with the invoices. Find that Ms.
Give me
Koalik
some
has a right
Zaxby's
to
while
have
you're there.
$30 returned to her. Grant damages in the amount of $30. Ms. Koalik, you do have a right to claim your filing fee of $85 plus your process serving fee of $65.
She took them to court for $30.
$150 in court costs.
And court costs were $150.
Total judgment, $180 to Ms. Koalik. Ms. Keeler, you're okay, okay, right up to the end. You gotta get your documents straightened out when you give them to them. If you're gonna play hardball with what you're gonna do as far as not giving their remains, at that point, you better make sure all your paperwork's in order, okay? $180 to plaintiff.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
right.
And-
Oh, yeah,
and I
judges,
am- I am
he's probably
sorry
sitting
that
in
offended
his
you.
rompus room.
Okay,
I know in the
Okay.
human industry, there's a lot of cremains sitting in funeral homes too.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure there are, but get it straightened out right from the get-go, okay? All right,
We will,
Good luck, everyone.
I'll have a meeting with all my staff about this and,
all right,
okay.
all right, good luck to everybody.
I know this was long and confusing for you and you probably learned a lot about the pet cremation industry.
I'm glad
Good luck
you
to everybody.
guys can
Thank you
laugh.
very much for your
You're
fairness.
welcome. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Julie's tears. Her thick, juicy tears. We're jumping over to this next one. Oh, yeah, we know who this guy is.
That's not the case for Mr. Pitts, though. That's the person who's still in the courtroom.
Welcome to court. Judge Herman's court.
I'm sorry, are we able to see Mr. Pitts today or no?
I don't know. It's sounding
The
like
jail was going to get the 3 people that we have.
They're
We
getting
asked them for Mr. Pitts first. We still have the file for the person here in the courtroom. And the jail hasn't joined the meeting yet.
why don't you check in at circuit?
Oh, I have a
Mr.
feeling
Scott?
Sharon
you.
started just tearing through people's asses after court was over. I bet she's a taskmaster.
Who's that
That was a waste of
Who's
time.
who?
on the screen?
If
That's
she'd have
Mrs.
lost,
Gillen that I'm gonna have to call the city attorney at to see what's happening with also, because they were in our meeting earlier, but I wasn't able to call her case either until they had already left our meeting.
Okay.
This is also in Michigan, in case somebody asks. Michigan.
Hmm.
So I'm leaving right now, and I just didn't want this to get overlooked somehow.
Mhm.
Can I show this to you real quick? So this gentleman's filing, this is the attorney on the case,
Mhm.
and they wanted all of this stuff to come in on that court
Okay,
date.
go on.
That court date's the 12th. If, I just didn't want to put this.
It's
in
not
the
enough
box.
time.
If it's signed now, would it be? Because that court date's already scheduled, and this attorney's gonna be here.
I can sign it, but if she contests it, it's not enough time. I don't know why they're serving the attorney anyway. But
That's the weird part, right? We took $15 from him anyway, because it is discovery. Just seems like,
I don't know why they're
It's in
serving
there,
the
right?
attorney. If she's
15.
not contested, it's gonna be a big deal.
$15. As petty as
You
that
know,
last
hey.
lady.
People think they know what they're doing, so.
Yeah.
Oh, judge coming in hot.
Thank you.
Let me hit my man's music over here. My favorite judge. I don't care what anybody says. Judge Harriman, A+, #1, tier 1 judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Love it, love it, love it.
Grab the file. I got him at the jail.
Thank you.
Trade files back with me, Judge. Trade files back with me, please.
These,
Who you talking to me?
Please.
Mr. Pitts?
Look, wow. He got out of there.
Oh, you left, you walked.
He took off.
I don't know.
A lot of noise coming out of the jailhouse.
Okay.
Whoa.
But I don't have Mr. Scott now.
This guy's scared.
Okay, we'll be back.
Breaking news. I heard they finally found the people in Gilligan's Island. Thank God for their
How you doing, Judge?
recovery.
I'm fine. I'm trying to get your attorney to zoom back in, so
Okay.
just sit tight for a second. Let me see those other files.
Which ones?
The ones I just gave you back.
Fixing this hair right on.
Yeah, because without having the file right here.
Mhm.
Judge
it's really hard
Simpson
for
is
me to
also
figure out
good.
Where I'm going with it. They
Top
don't have
2
names,
easily.
It's only a file number.
He really does. He does need his own theme music. Look at him right now. He's just like going to sleep. Got my mask on today, mixing it up a little bit so I don't look the same every time around. Is that her as attorney right there? I thought that was like a jailhouse was rocking. Yeah, must have seen. He's like, oh, I gotta go see it, girlfriend. This one, he knows me. Nightbot, get out of here. I'm sorry, y'all. The Godfather. Bring him back. Yeah. Bring him back. Bring him back. All right. I thought maybe Judge was going to be ready, but wait for an attorney. And the other courtroom I have pulled up right this second, everybody's leaving. So hold up, everybody. See, Judge Middleton is on, but he's doing tenant stuff, and I'm not a huge fan of the tenant stuff. Is Sierra, did they get their Sierra money yet? Let's see what's happening here. We're going to jump over here and see what's happening.
That played a significant role in the commission of the offense, that the symptoms which caused the symptoms of the mental disorder motivated the criminal behavior, and that they would respond well to mental health treatment, and that she does not pose an unreasonable risk to public safety if granted 1001.36 diversion. And so I've made those findings. Let me ask you a question, Ms. Mendez. Does your client waive a right to speedy trial? And does she agree to consent with treatment conditions of diversion?
Yes.
So the court therefore is admitting you to 1001.36 diversion. And so with that, it would seem appropriate to put it over for a treatment plan. Can I ask Ms. Ainsley about that, Ms. Bendis?
Yes.
Ms. Ainsley, any thoughts about when we should come back for a treatment plan?
I think 6 weeks would be sufficient.
Okay, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
So looking at the calendar, today is 4/25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Problem with
Counting
that
fingers.
is that puts me into my vacation, so we can come back on June 1st, or it would be June 20th.
Let's go with the 20th.
Okay, we'll set this for June 20th at 8:30 in the morning in this department for the treatment plan. And of course, hopefully you're well on your way to taking care of business in that regard.
Both cases, or the other one just trial?
I'll make the findings on both cases. Yes, Ms. Mendez and Mr. Kim.
I believe it was only to 888.
So it was filed in that case. Let's look at the other case, 2170.
We would be unopposed to it going into both cases.
Well, the only problem with that
Why are
is we have
they
different
so
charges in
loud?
2170.
Jeez Louise, calm down, people.
And is 2170 an eligible offense? I have to look back at the statute.
You need to pull out the motion.
I'm here from either of you as I'm looking this up.
I have to look at it as well.
Okay.
Judge just dropped his cup. Dang it. I was hoping to jump over there. Judge Herman had dropped his cup.
I don't believe that.
I don't see it as an ineligible offense. But just because it's ineligible doesn't mean that the mental health condition motivated the conduct. Any comments on that, Mr. Kim?
No, the people agree, Your Honor.
So you agree with what?
Oh my God, that's the loudest courtroom ever.
Unless his attorney is present. So you guys can tell the gentleman will tell Mr. Mays that I'm not going to talk to him outside the presence of his lawyer.
Worst
Mr. Bates,
courtroom
you have to
ever.
wait until we're back on the record in your case.
Bunch of people on today, but just a lot of pre-trial stuff, which is super boring to watch. I'm hoping for some first appearances here in a minute. Always enjoy finding out what people did wrong. All right, let's fix this and we'll jump over here while we're waiting for the attorneys to return. All right, going back over
It
here.
might be that you may want to have a discussion with Ms. Van Leer before you decide what to do with this matter. So you want to have that discussion? You wouldn't do that right now. You could do that at a later date. If you were released on bond, we would set up a time when you'd come back to court and you could contact Ms. Van Leer before then. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, please.
All right, and
Honor?
you understand that a condition of bond is you're not to have any contact with Mr. Chafin. You understand that?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Was he living in the same residence you are
No.
at 1452 Arrowhead Trail?
No, my parents are at the back of 5 acres and my home is at the front. I walked up to my mom and dad's and that's where
Okay.
this took place.
Okay, so you live at a different
Two sep-
house than Mr. Chafin does?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is set a $1,000 personal recognizance bond. You will not have to post anything.
Look at the
It'll be
background
same
over
thing
here
on your
for
probation Violation charge, and they'll both be scheduled, I believe,
CAPA.
for the 5th of May. And my suggestion would be that you contact Ms. Van Leer and you can discuss, because what acceptance of this plea offer might mean in probation.
I'm sure there's
because
not
I
only.
want to work the two cases together if you end up pleading in both. Do you have any questions for me?
Texas Mama
Ms. Van Leer,
Bear.
go ahead.
Van Leer does.
How's they
Yeah, I do,
going?
Your
Go ahead.
Honor. This is
Please.
not the first time that Miss Rushford has blew high numbers while being on probation. I would like to know if we could please add
She just said this isn't the first time she's blew high numbers while on probation. Okay, that's what I thought she said.
to the bond conditions that she do daily PBTs until the next hearing.
I think that would be reasonable, given the statements that you made, and that would be added. And they can tell you how to do that there.
Ew, Carol, nobody wants to hear that.
And that has
Hurry
been
back.
added in that regard. So you'll get this paperwork, ma'am, before you leave, as well as your notice for the new hearing, and it'll be by Zoom. But once again, get a hold of Ms. Van Leer in that regard. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think that's all that we can do right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. We see Judge Bloomberg there. We remember he is a real a-hole. Kentucky Lynn, what's going on?
The matter of LVNV funding versus Dylan Freeman, while we wait for the next arraignment.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Keith Sparks on behalf of LVMB Funding.
All right. And is Mr. Freeman here, Dylan Freeman?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he
All right,
is.
this is a
The exact
pretrial, Mr.
same,
Sparks. Can you
GG.
tell me what this case is about?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a collections case in the amount of just under $1,500, $1,499 and some change. It's for a Fingerhut Advantage card that was opened back in 2018. Last payment.
Fingerhut.
2019. Would it be possible to put us into a breakout room, Your Honor?
Sure. If that's agreeable with you, Mr. Freeman, breakout room, you and counsel can have a discussion, see if you can resolve the case. If you can reach an agreement, great. If not, come back and we'll see what we're doing next. So in just
All
a
right, that
minute, you're
sounds
going to
good.
get an invitation to a breakout room.
Fingerhut.
All right. In the meantime, we'll be turning to the matter of Misty Thomas. Where is that?
Who knew people actually Fingerhut took people to
Who's in
court?
the Otsego County Jail. Could you tell me your name, please?
Marie Thomas?
All right, so that's Misty Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, we have a new charge plus a probation violation.
You know, the
Also present is
catalogs.
the prosecutor and standby defense counsel.
I mean, they have like real
Charge
stuff
against
in
the
there
man
too,
in the
but
new
it's
matter.
like Yeah,
alleges
double and
that
triple
on or
its
about
real
April
price.
23rd, you're operating, of this year, you're operating a motor vehicle in Otsego County while under the influence of alcohol. If convicted, you face up to 93
Mhm.
days in jail. You understand that charge and the maximum possible penalty?
Yes.
They basically
All right,
prey
I
on
believe you
the
signed.
poor.
Yeah, you signed an advice of rights form. Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
All right, one of those rights is a right to an attorney. And I see you have requested one. You are eligible for a court-appointed attorney, and one is appointed to you to represent you, and you'll be notified of that individual's name.
You're doing too well for
All right,
yourself, JG. That's why you don't hear from them.
Well, there's also a probation violation charge, which is basically the same thing as the charge that you got in this. Your rights are a little bit different. The prosecutor or the probation only has to show the alleged violation by preponderance of the evidence, but you still have the right to an attorney. You still have the right to a
Hay
contested
needle.
hearing.
Never heard of it.
You still have the right to cross-examine witnesses and still have the right to have
Agreed.
your own witnesses be ordered to court. I'm going to appoint the same attorney to represent you in that matter, the probation violation, as is this. Ms. Brooker, as to bond.
Your Honor, as the court knows from the probation violation, Ms. Thomas was very recently placed on probation on April 14th for a possession of a controlled substance charge. So the court is somewhat familiar with her criminal history already. I would ask that the court include some terms of bond, including that she not possess or consume any alcohol or non-prescribed drugs. I'd ask the court to consider whether to require her to test, just given that she's already on probation. And I wouldn't have any objections to the court giving her a somewhat low bond on this matter either, just given that it's a misdemeanor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Brown?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would agree with that. She is currently employed, needs to get back to work. She does live around the area, so she's local. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
She got her
This is a
$30, our guy.
93-day misdemeanor, so she doesn't have any prior record, I'm assuming. However, as far as alcohol-related offenses go, I was unaware of, was it probation? I believe she's on felony probation. If that is the case, I don't know if she's on bond, but in that case, the court would be required to set some sort of a cash or surety bond. Excuse me. I would ask that the court also set a very low bond so that she can just get out of there. The reasonable conditions that Ms. Brooker mentioned, I think are in fact reasonable, and I would have no objection to the court implementing those.
Is on probation. It was a felony charge that is reduced to misdemeanor. Ms. Van Leer, any comments concerning bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, I would request daily PBTs for Ms. Thomas. She was just actually placed on probation, as Ms. Brooker indicated, on April 14th. The court ordered no drugs and alcohol at that time. Again, she blew some numbers, knows she's not supposed to drink, and the defendant
She
also
blew
knows that
some
she was being
numbers.
given
Is
an
that
opportunity
really
to
a
be on
defense?
probation on April 14th on this new charge, because she was previously on probation and did not successfully complete. So we've given her another opportunity. So I am going to ask for daily PBTs until her next hearing.
Do you have anything you want me to know before I set bond?
Really?
No, I think she will show up for her next hearing. I know she is employed. I know she was doing well. However, I guess 10 days after being sentenced, we're blowing high numbers, and so I wouldn't be she's not on circuit court probation, to my understanding. It would just be with district court. So I don't believe a cash surety would have to be required on that. However, I would request somewhat of a low bond as well as daily PBTs until our next hearing.
Ms. Thomas, anything you wanted to say?
Some numbers.
No.
All right, I will set a $1,000 10% bond that requires a $100 bond be posted by you. Obviously, a condition of bond is no consumption or possession of alcohol or unprescribed drugs, and also daily PBTs will be added as a condition. And remember, you are still on probation, so whatever is required there still continues as well. Do you have any questions for me?
No. Thank you.
All right.
This courtroom is handling everything.
Hearing that. Thank you.
The finger hut
Thank you,
thing,
Your Honor.
people getting arraigned, everything. This guy is a one-stop shop.
And then with the civil docket,
Keith
we have
Wise.
some discovery subpoenas. Let's see who is here on that. Is Eric Nowak present?
Mr. Nowak. Somebody go in the hall.
Nowak.
Go yell out in the hall his name 3
All right,
times.
is there somebody here from Community Financial Credit Union?
No, neither one of them showed up.
Anybody here from Community Financial? This guy who had service and needed to- Well, I don't want, I'm not gonna do a show cause. Nobody's here from the bank.
Hello.
Right.
Hi.
Hello, can you tell me your name, please?
This is Alana Lapointe.
Okay, I think your case is coming up later. So if you would go ahead.
Meg,
and-
good to see you.
Okay, so we'll get to that before too long.
He
ma'am.
looks scary. That's why he's
All
hiding.
right.
Okay.
So just mute your microphone if you wouldn't mind.
He don't. He
The
doesn't want
next
his appearance to sway the
discovery
judge.
matter is
He's so creepy
Andrew
looking.
and Barbara Barenwald versus Scott Martin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Elliot Blumberg on behalf of the plaintiffs.
All right, is Scott Martin present? Mr. Martin? Is Scott Martin here? Do you happen to see him?
Scott Martin.
All right, Mr. Blumberg, he is not here. The court will authorize a show cause. Since there was service on this.
Bigfoot, did you buy a bunch
Thank you,
of
Judge.
fish tank stuff?
Thank you. Next is Check and Cash versus Deborah Wells Kibbe.
Yes, sir. I'm here from Check and Cash.
Easy
All right, I
money
do see
game.
there was no service on this. Do you want a new civil discovery date?
Yes, please.
All right. We'll get that for you. A couple of others. Next is Check and Cash versus Jennifer
The
Odell.
hardest name ever to go through school.
Odell present.
Hazel's here.
There was service on this. Do you happen to see her? She is not present, so in order to show cause is authorized on that.
How many of you have ever ordered anything from Finger Hut on
All right,
credit?
we have- I know you do have a few small claims. We'll get to those in just a minute. I have a couple of civil
I will call for
cases.
Lisa. Good to see
Okay.
you and appreciate the
Credit
like.
Acceptance Corporation versus Jennifer and Cynthia Smith.
Yes, Your Honor. Cynthia Smith is here.
All right. Is
Hello?
Jennifer,
Oh.
hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear
Are you
me?
there? Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I
Somebody
remember
saying, did you
Hazel's
say you are
staircase
Cynthia-
behind her.
Cynthia Smith?
Yes, I am.
We've seen her
All
before.
right.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeff Werber, P67124 on behalf of the Plaintiff Credit Acceptance Corporation.
All right. And is Jennifer Smith present?
No, she is not.
Okay, you filed a motion to set aside the default and a motion for installment payments. Let me take a quick look at it.
And Your Honor, I did not receive a copy of either, so I'm kind of flying blind here.
Okay, let me just take a,
Christy. Was it tough
well,
coming back?
Mr. Weber, would you be willing to have a breakout room with Ms. Smith?
Absolutely, that would be great.
So, Ms. Smith,
I
that is
have
the
a
attorney.
response. I have a response to my motion. He doesn't have that.
You know, we did file
Well,
just a
it's
general response because we received the notice from the court, but I haven't seen what you filed, Ms. Smith.
So,
Dub.
ma'am, here's how we're going to do this. you'll have a breakout room where you
look,
and
a
Mr.
note,
Weber
a
can have a
note.
conversation. You've done two
Dear,
things. You filed a motion to set it aside. You've also filed a motion for installment
says
payments.
dear
Basically, the motion to set it aside is her
Mr.
belief that it is
something.
not the correct number.
We
We can
are
argue about whether that's a proper motion or not, but I'm hopeful that if you have a discussion, you can reach an agreement perhaps on both issues. So, Ms. Smith, what will happen is, after you have your conversation with
Trying to
Mr.
read
Weber,
it.
you'll come back and
We
you'll both let
are-
me know what was resolved. If you reach an agreement, he'll be able to prepare the documents. If you cannot reach an agreement, I'll decide where we're going from here.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you'll get that invitation and then go ahead and accept
It's
that.
hard
and Come
to
on
read
back
it.
to court when you're done.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And next, I'm going to return to the Dylan Freeman matter, LVNV funding versus Dylan Freeman.
Old Tom,
Hello
you
again, Your
need a
Honor.
better board.
We had a chance to speak. I'm going to send Mr. Freeman some documents regarding the claim, and we would request 60 days discovery.
All right, Mr. Freeman, is that agreeable with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we'll set this out a little bit past 60 days. In the meantime, if you reach an agreement, wonderful, and if not, there'll be another hearing in front of me and we'll see where things stand.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Freeman.
We're all set.
Thank you.
We're all set.
Hmm.
All right, next is the matter of Jonathan Chidsey.
Good move, Jules.
Versus Hazel DeLong.
He's trying to give him a message.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Canine appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in this matter. My last name is spelled Canine, and my P number is 61828. Thank you.
All right. And is Ms. DeLong or somebody on her behalf present? I think I see you, ma'am.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Is your attorney? Okay, I see you as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Scott
right.
Helmholtz.
All this information. I love it.
Okay, all right, counsel, I see you're very, very, very recent. Are you ready to proceed in this case? Would a
Same.
conference with Mr. Hornholz help, or what would you like to do?
I would like the opportunity to speak with opposing counsel, and after speaking with my client, he had also mentioned that the court at the last hearing made some mention of mediation. So, but I'd love to speak to opposing counsel. Yes, please.
All right, I'll give you that opportunity now and then ask that you come back and maybe you'll have an agreement on how the case should proceed. I typically like mediation, and I know we have both a complaint and a counter complaint here. So if you, and I see Ms. DeLong is present. Is Mr. Chidsey present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so this would just be a conference between the attorneys unless you're requesting your clients be present. But typically we'll start with the attorneys, and you guys would just remain in the courtroom, and when your attorneys come back, we'll see where things stand.
That's great.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Revisit
Fine.
it.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Wow, JG,
Well,
your dad's a
I've got couple
genius.
Small claims that I'm going to move on to. Check and
It looked
cash
like it.
versus Christopher Francis.
Okay, I'm going to smoke a cigarette.
Is Christopher Francis present?
Christopher
Let's see.
Francis.
Check and cash is present. So are you seeking at this point, asking on behalf of Check and Cash, a judgment of $485.75 plus court costs of $61.27?
Yes, sir.
Nightbot.
All right.
We're not begging for
Based on
money
his
right now.
Failure to appear, the court will sign that.
Really?
Next is Check and Cash versus Summer McKediac.
Yeah, he had. I guarantee he was
Ms.
still paying on
McKediac
that.
present. Summer McKediac.
Summer?
Right, ma'am.
Gaylord Rachel over
are you
here is
seeking a
very
judgment of $707.75
angry.
plus court costs for a total of $789.02.
Oh, I'm
Yes, sir.
sure they did.
All right, based on the default That is granted as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
End of the cases you had. Next, I have a couple of rental center matters. First is Rent a Center versus Angel Harriman. Is Ms. Harriman present? Angel Harriman.
Angel Harriman, are you
Is
here?
there somebody here from Rent a Center?
Oh, Rent a Center.
That was supposedly settled.
Yeah, she was mad looking. She was like,
The other Rent a Center matter I have is Cheyenne Hoffman. Is Ms. Hoffman present?
a lot of people not showing up for court, man. It is. It's a nice one. It's a good
On the
stash.
Harriman matter, it looks like there was a settlement and hopefully one will be received that could be attached.
Look
to the
at that
judgment.
ship in the window up there. That's
On the
beauty.
Hoffman, I'm not sure what's going on.
It used to be in a bottle and they took it out. That's what I want to know. I think she got scared and took off. Pay
And the
credit
last
day.
Small claims I have is Michael and Rachel Buckmeyer versus Jason Radecki.
Oh, there's the Buckmeyers.
Here. Michael and Rachel are here.
All right, and I assume the other individual is Jason Radecki.
Yes.
I have been told there was an agreement. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, we don't have it yet. Do either of you have paperwork
Good morning, Mavis.
from the mediation?
We have the mediation agreement.
Oh.
We did not file a judgment.
Okay, all right, so apparently I do. Hold on just a minute. Let me take a quick look at it.
I'm trying to be as professional as possible,
All right,
Flusha. Believe it or not.
This says Mr. Radecki would pay to Mr. and Mrs. Buckmeyer
Oh,
$5,000.
letters coming back.
Paying $2,500 by June 15th, the balance
I can't
on
read it
July
that fast,
15th.
bud.
And
Correct.
so are all three of you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Radecki, are you as well?
Yes.
All right, that will become then the judgment of the court, and that does conclude this matter. And I appreciate you folks' willingness to sit down and reach an agreement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
All right, I see Mr. Werber is back.
Yeah.
Is Cynthia Smith back?
She was on the phone, Your Honor. You,
I wanna
you
find out
guys
what's
might
up
have
with
to pull her
Thomas.
back in.
Okay, we're looking for her.
But we did resolve the matter.
Okay,
There are still other people in a different breakout room. Do you still want me to close
Oh.
them now?
I guess she's probably in our breakout room. I have set up another breakout room that they're in. We just have to wait till they close out and then she'll come back. She may not know how to proceed. So all these are first breakouts. Okay, as in the meantime, I'm going to start on landlord tenant. I will probably interrupt them to do
The
two cases
problem
that are
is
hanging
the way
fire
he
right
had the
now.
paper.
These are
I've
all
got it
first
way bigger on this other
trials.
screen over here. And if I can't read it there,
So I'm
there's
going
no
to
way
start with Green
we'll be able to
Meadows
blow it, make it any
versus
bigger.
Alana Lapointe and Gregory
Got
Hammond.
3 screens going, and this one's the biggest over
Good
here.
afternoon, Your Honor. Lisa Schneider on behalf of the plaintiff.
Right?
Hi,
And
this
Ms.
is Alana.
All right, you are Ms. Lapointe. Is Mr. Hammonds here?
No, he had to work today.
All right, but you two are
To try and pay you off
residing
this bill.
together at Green Meadows, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. So in other words, I guess I'm somewhat asking if you're speaking for him on this, but I'm going to inquire of Ms. Schneider, what Green Meadows' position is.
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case, and we have a current balance, including court costs, for this unit of $1,903.
All right, what months does that cover?
That would be for the months of March and April.
My mom did too.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lapointe, do you believe you owe that amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, when you got the complaint, when it was served on you,
Hello.
there were some things that were set out, a couple things particularly. One is where you can go to seek legal assistance, and two is where you can go to seek financial assistance on a non-payment of rent case. Do you believe you're going to be able to pay the amount of rent?
Yes, sir. I actually have a job pending with Walmart. I applied for full-time employment, and we're just waiting for the background check to clear, which I don't have anything that would make it not go through okay. So I'm just waiting
Double
to hear
F.
back for my interview and when I start, and then I should be working full-time.
Just got a job.
Right, and while I
at the paper
understand that,
company.
did you see in that paperwork you got, that there is a place that you can also seek financial assistance?
Yes, sir. I do. I am filling out an application through Sierra.
All right, typically what I do in these first pre-trials is I want to make sure you understand what you can do, and that's part of it. And I will set this out for 2 weeks. You should get that application in right away.
All right.
And if we come back here.
Walmart's offering a signing
Ms.
bonus.
Snyder, if she wishes to discuss the case, should she call you or talk to somebody from Green Meadows? What should happen?
She should talk to someone at Green Meadows.
Okay. So ma'am, if you want to stay there and you think you agree on the amount of rent that is owed, you should be in contact with them. And the Sarah funds, they'll let you know what, if anything, is available and how long it will take. But be sure to pursue that right away.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, and we'll send you a new notice for 2 weeks from today.
Well, it sounded good
Okay,
that
thank
the
you.
boyfriend or whatever is at work
You're
right
welcome.
now.
Thank
so
you,
that's
Judge.
Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
All right, I see. Is Ms. Smith back? Cynthia Smith?
I like Keith Wise.
Judge,
still
she
in the
was
dark.
she was on her phone. I
Yeah,
don't
we're-
paper
know
again.
if she has the ability to bring
She'll be
herself
here.
back.
We
She'll be here in
are
30 seconds.
very interested in purchasing your property at 7990 Mill Street. So this person's he's asking Mr. Serena, I believe it says, that they're interested in buying the property. It's 7990. Can you just
I think while we're waiting, I'll return to the Chidsey DeLong matter. So I see both counsel are back. Counsel, did you reach an agreement on how to proceed?
He's
for
offering to
today?
buy something.
Parties have discussed mediation, and with the court's indulgence, we'd like to go that route. Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Hornholz, that's agreeable with you?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, and this would be mediation both on the complaint and the counter complaint, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
please.
And typically we would use community mediation. Is that agreeable to both of you?
It
Yes,
is.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we'd already had it teed up and it came off, so they're aware of it and ready to give us new dates.
Mr. Serena, whoever Mr. Serena is.
Your Honor, quick point of clarification. Does community mediation do those by Zoom currently?
By Zoom?
Either by Zoom or conference call.
Either by Zoom or phone. conference
Okay.
call.
Hazel's back.
Trying to keep
So-
client. Thank you.
And so we will have, community mediation, will be contacting the attorneys, and then a few folks would contact your clients and, just to set the timing up, and we'll set another pretrial for the conclusion of that and see where
I don't
things
know
stand
what.
at that point.
We're in
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you.
OTSE
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, counsel.
District Court.
Likewise. Thank you.
Ostigo.
Thank you.
Osteo.
Is Ms. Smith back yet?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Mr. Werber, please, go ahead.
Great,
Dude
thank
wants
you,
to
Your
buy
Honor.
this.
The parties have agreed to settle this matter for a total of $2,359.52, due on or before May 23rd. The Ms. Smith has agreed to withdraw her motion for installment payment. She won't need that. She's gonna make the one lump sum payment to settle this. She's also gonna withdraw her motion to set aside the default judgment. Once the payment of the $2,359.52 clears, the plaintiff will be filing a satisfaction of judgment.
Right.
That's our
Ms. Smith, is that
resolution.
agreeable with you?
Yes.
It says it's four.
Yes,
He,
it is.
I think his
Mr. Roper, would you
the
be able to
offer on
prepare the
here is
paperwork?
Yeah, I don't know if anything's needed at this
$49,795. I'm
point. I
guessing.
told Miss Smith I was
don't
gonna
know.
mail her a settlement agreement letter. And once she pays and the payment clears, we'll simply file a satisfaction of judgment.
Oh,
with
that
the
is
court.
his last name. You're right.
Tell me again what that date for the payment was?
Do you think
May
somebody gave him that
23rd.
note and then backed out?
All right, we will set this out then probably for the first Monday in June, maybe the second Monday, because I may not have court the first Monday. And obviously, if there's a satisfaction submitted by then, no appearance will be necessary.
Yeah, if you'll go out to the second Monday of June, just because we have to wait for the payment to clear if it's paid by check.
Right. No problem.
Okay,
Might even make it the third, might even make it the third one, just to be sure.
sounds good. Thanks, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Just coming in hot,
Thank you.
right?
And Ms. Smith, is that agreeable with you?
That's all agreeable, yes.
Okay, looks like we're all set then. Thank you.
Why has he got it up
All
like
right,
that
thank
though?
you.
I don't get it.
All right, next is I have a couple of equilibrium management cases. Equilibrium Management versus Mike Russell.
Hello, Your Honor. Catherine Mott on behalf of the plaintiffs, and my client Cole Musel is also on screen.
All right, I do see him.
Yes,
There's
ma'am.
Mr. Russell. There's Mike Russell here. Mike Russell. You see him?
Again, that might be a correct as well,
He
Captain
apparently
Happy.
is
Who
not
knows?
Present. Okay, so Ms. Mott, what are you seeking at this point?
We're seeking to recover possession of the property without damages. He's been properly noticed pursuant to the lease terms.
All right, do you know, does he still occupy the premises?
To date, yes, I have had communications with him and his intent is to vacate, but apparently he hasn't as of yet.
Well, he is
Get
not
out.
here. The court will sign a judgment. You are not seeking a money judgment, just a possession judgment. So that will be signed and copy will be mailed to both of you. And if appropriate, you can seek a writ of eviction if he doesn't actually move.
Thank you.
Okay, and the next matter is Equilibrium Management versus Keith Wise.
Uh-oh, Keith's on the spot.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is Mr. Wise, I do see him. Mr. Wise, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
I
Mr. Wise.
pretty dark in your screen. I don't, can you, is he unmuted? I think you're muted, sir.
I asked him to. That's all.
Yes, Your Honor, I am here.
All right.
Oh my
and
God.
You are Keith Wise, correct?
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor, correct.
All right, this is a landlord-tenant matter. First, pretrial, Ms. Mott is here on behalf of Equilibrium. And counsel, could you just briefly describe what this case is about?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, this is a month-to-month lease. The lease was signed in November of 2020 and pursuant to the lease upon notice, it provides for recovery of possession of the property. Notice was provided in October of the lease cancellation with a move-out date of November 30th. And to date, the tenant still resides on the property and we're seeking to recover possession.
Are you seeking a monetary judgment?
No, Your Honor.
Just kicking
All
them
right,
out.
Mr. Wise, what is your position?
My position is
Doggy style.
I was at Bear River Rehab at that time, and I am unaware of any male institute like that whatsoever.
All right, you know, this is a first pretrial. What happens in cases like this on a first pretrial, they're just seeking possession.
Hit the street,
So
old timer.
have you been paying your rent during this time?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Now, they still have the right to seek possession. They're not seeking a monetary judgment against you, but they have the right to seek a possession based on the statement to me that I'm hearing that there is no lease that's still in effect. Maybe there was one, but it's expired and it's now become a month-to-month lease. And so they would have the right to proceed with the eviction. This is just a pretrial.
He's not really that old,
Did
guys.
you get a packet of paperwork when you received the documents setting this court date?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
He's just weird.
Now, there's two parts to that. One is where financial assistance is available, but that's not really applicable to the case where they're only seeking possession. The other is where there's the numbers for legal aid. I'm not saying they would or they wouldn't represent you. I'm just saying you can contact them. That's about all that we can do on a first pretrial.
I was really busy.
I can't give you legal advice. Ms. Mott is the attorney for the other side. She can't give you legal advice. You can call them, and what I do is I'll schedule a second pretrial down the road, 2 weeks down the road, and give you that opportunity to speak to an attorney. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I really appreciate it. And
Do
I
you
would like
see-
to add,
Go
excuse
ahead.
me,
Go ahead.
I would like to add, I was paid through March, and I did have April's rent on availability, and he refused to take it.
It's not true.
Well, yeah, well,
'Cause
just a
kicking
second,
you out.
and we don't need to get into factual arguments here. Basically, they're seeking possession. Sometimes there's lawsuits involving landlord tenants where somebody hasn't paid. That's not what I'm hearing in this case. Based on what I'm hearing from their side, they have the right to possession, but I haven't heard your side of the case. That's why you're given the chance to talk to legal counsel. Do you have the phone number for legal aid on the paperwork you got from the court?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, I'd suggest you give them a call in the next 2 weeks. We'll see where things stand at that point. We'll send out a new notice.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keith is a doozy of a guy.
All right, next is John Marcinkiewicz and Caroline Marcinkiewicz.
Thank you.
Jason Winowicki.
Uh-oh, Keith's gonna say something wrong. I said, oh shit.
Great, you did great, you did great. I don't know what I unplugged. It was a black Keith, you did great. You did fucking great.
You did fucking great.
All right, is Mr. and Mrs. Marcinkiewicz present? You see them?
A little celebratory march around with a little bit of Keith got him a woman in the house.
I don't see either party. What are the last four digits?
0182.
0182. Could that person identify themselves, please? 0182. All right, well, neither party is here.
And she said some potty words. Who's drunk?
Normally you either dismiss it or.
I've got to hear what's going on with Thomas here, man. Keith had a woman and she didn't look weird or nothing. She looked fairly normal.
All right, next is the matter of Thomas Sereno versus Angela Montgomery and Doug Green.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Yes,
If I
Your Honor,
wasn't-
Angela Montgomery.
All right,
Push to unmute.
Mr. Sereno, are you there? I can see you. I can't hear you.
I'm here, sir, Your Honor.
All right, you have some paperwork that's in front of the camera.
Yes, that's That's a notice.
Sure, I don't, okay, all I'm asking you to do, Mr. Strano, is just to move it. I don't need to, we're just here for a pretrial.
Okay, well, it's just a notice,
Okay.
and letter of interest, somebody's trying to buy my property.
All right. Okay, this is, a suit just for recovery of possession. Ms. Montgomery, are you and Mr. Green both living at that premise?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Sereno isn't seeking, and this is correct, Mr. Sereno, you are not seeking a monetary judgment. Is that true?
That's true, Your Honor.
It looks like it's bulging
So
and falling.
basically, he's just seeking possession. I don't know if you heard what I just stated on the last case. It's a similar case legally, at any rate, where he is of the belief that he is entitled to possession. It's not based on you're not paying rent, but simply that as long as he's not doing it for any illegal reason, he's able to file for an eviction. That's what this case is about. He should have received some paperwork with the packet that set out the court set out the court date. Part of that packet would tell you how to contact legal aid or your own attorney if that's what you wanted to do. Did you get that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, no questions. I just don't feel that he has reason to evict us, that's all.
Well, once again, he doesn't have to. It's not like a non-payment where he has to show reason. It's just unless it's being done illegally. And
Yeah, he
that's
wants
why
to
you may
sell
want
it.
Contact an attorney. I'm not saying it is, but he's entitled to do it even if your rent is current.
That
As long
looks
as there's not a
disgusting.
valid lease that's still in existence on the property.
Absolutely disgusting.
Maybe I asked you this and I forgot what you answered is, are you and Mr. Green living at the same residence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I see. I'm sorry, Mr. Green, I didn't realize you were here. My apologies. Okay. So I will adjourn this. This is the first pretrial. The procedure is in general, the tenants are given the 2 weeks to contact their own or contact either their own attorney or legal aid. We come back here in 2 weeks, and if we can't resolve it then, it goes to mediation, and then after that, a trial is set.
He's like, by the way,
So we'll
it's
send
for
out a
sale.
notice
Somebody wants
2
to buy
weeks,
it.
and there'll be a second pretrial.
Want to buy it.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sereno. Any questions?
Well, this is the reason why I'm trying to sell the property, Your Honor, and this is gonna hold me up a little bit.
Well, and I mean, that's just, and while I can understand that, I mean, there's pressures on both sides, and I get that.
Yes,
This
I
is just
understand, Your Honor.
especially the days and age that we're dealing with now, that's basically how the court is proceeding. So, okay, I think that concludes what we're doing for today. Thank you.
He bonked out. Wow. He said, I'm out of here. Done. Done talking to y'all.
Contempt, the court had the option to go up to 90 days, 93 days, actually. And the court could have, ordered that the contempt sentence be served consecutive to the assault and battery charge.
He's got a contempt of court charge.
Okay. You could have done the assault and battery and then the contempt. Okay. But I'm going to allow those to, well, there's going to be time where it's going to overlap, perhaps. I don't know, but it'll be concurrent. Okay. And no day for day. And I could have gone up to 90, but I think 36 is reasonable. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Now judge gets to play on his
I have
phone.
not heard back from the city attorney. I've made phone calls, I've sent an email. This one person that's on Zoom, do you want to adjourn her to a later date?
Who are you talking about?
Ms. Gillen,
Ms. Doma.
Is she leave?
she's on Zoom, sir.
Mr. Scott had to leave?
I'm sorry?
Let me see.
It looks like Mr. Scott left, but he may have been called back to the other court. I don't know.
Let's give her another date. I don't know what other choice I have. If I can't get him,
Just a moment.
I mean, I'll be here.
Pretty bad when he don't show up like that. If he's going to adjourn this, I'm probably going to adjourn us for right now because I have to get ready for We Got a Chase, which I'll be doing on my own because I believe Creed will not be able to join us today. Mini Chase Monday.
I called down to their office at City Hall, but they said they had basically, excuse me, turned it over to the city attorney, the assistant city attorney that was gonna be here in the building. And that-
Wait, I remember this case. This is a municipal civil infraction. The
Right.
city attorney doesn't represent them on those. They don't represent them on those.
I'm not talking about MIDC.
I'm
The
not
city
going over the
attorney
law
was
and
going
crime.
to speak on this matter.
Got it. Okay, ma'am, identify yourself for the record. I remember this case.
I'm Janelle Gillian.
Oh, them teeth.
All right. So when we talked, I think it was March 28th.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you extra time till today to get the yard cleaned up, right?
Yep.
You remember
Yep.
this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
And you
I
said
don't
to do
know
it
if
this
it's
week.
cleaned up. Right, and I don't know if it's cleaned up or not. And the city attorney's not here to confirm it, so why don't we do this? You can tell me, is it cleaned up?
It is cleaned up quite a bit, and
Huh.
I can even take and show you if you like. I'm at home right now.
God bless you.
Well,
poor guy.
Here's the deal.
She's got a
When
hair
I
in her
don't have the
mouth.
city attorney in here, he can't watch it on the camera.
Right,
And
right.
he probably will want to send the building inspector guy over there to look, you know?
Mhm.
Has the building inspector looked at it?
I've actually, since you've seen me last, I've actually gotten, because we were trying to pick it up, we took down the canopy like he wanted. We took it completely down. We didn't even put it back up, like back in the back where he said we could. I just wanted it down and gone. And we cleaned it all up and
Snagglepuss.
stuff. But in the process of doing all this, I ended up with 3 more tickets. So they've been here off and on. They keep coming by.
Oh my, okay. Then
Take
maybe
us
we ought
around.
to adjourn this to see what's going on.
She's got
All
that
right,
lip
thank
piercing
you,
and
because
them.
I got it all
horrible
cleaned
teeth.
up now. So I hope they give me no more tickets.
Whoa!
Okay. All right, let's give her a new date. Why don't we say 2 weeks?
Her chest was bountiful.
2 weeks.
She didn't show us the yard, but she
Yep.
showed us
Yep,
the front.
we're gonna adjourn it to May 9th.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All
9
right.
a.m. still good?
I'm gonna say 9:30.
All right, thank you.
And maybe if you want to come in person, because you know, if
Okay.
you want to bring pictures and stuff, if you want to shoot a video, I think maybe you ought to come in person so you can show.
Shoot us a video, yeah.
I'm only seeing their pictures. You understand
Right,
what I'm
that's not a
saying?
problem. That's not a problem. I can come in
I'm
person.
not seeing any of your evidence, so maybe you ought to come down here in person. And if
Not
you
a
got
problem.
pictures or video or whatever to show me, I can see it then on the spot.
All right, sounds perfect.
Okay. All right.
Thank
You
you
said
so
at
much.
9:30, Judge?
9:30.
She's been waiting. She's been here all day.
You can tell me, is it cleaned up?
It is clean.
Adjourn this to see what's going on.
All right, thank you, because I got it all cleaned up now. So I hope they give me no more tickets.
There they are.
Okay.
Oh my God. Judge
All
got
right.
him my eye full. He didn't know what to say. Oh my goodness. The bounty keeps coming and coming and coming. Did I pause that? I did not mean
Judge, you may want to ask her to have those printed out because the last time we tried to show pictures, it did not work.
Okay.
I can.
All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this baby up. Don't forget Mini Chase Monday. We're going to be knocking it out today. So make sure you're there for that. I appreciate each and every one of you that took time out of your busy day to join us. Here's this bag. Put it over your head right now. Big breasts, clean yard. Oh man, I appreciate you guys coming by. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Why don't you come down in person next time and wear the same outfit you're wearing right now? If you haven't already liked this video, please take a second and do so. We appreciate you all coming by. Hopefully you'll subscribe to our case only channel. It's We Got a Case. Please, we'd love to get some of you subscribed. Even if you're subscribed somewhere else, we'd like for you to subscribe to that as well because it helps us out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time, which will be at 4:05, I'll be back to see you beautiful people. Please remember. Good.